I'm Joey.
I'm Jason.
And this is Metal
Monster
Review. Today we are going back to the 80s, continuing the Friday the 13th franchise. We are now going to go back to 1988 and discuss Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. This one's a little bit different compared to what we've seen before. But what's really iconic here is this is Kane Hodder's first performance as Jason Voorhees. And what an awesome fucking look of Jason Voorhees it is. You actually see things wrong with Jason. If you look at him closely, you can see the vertebrae in his back showing. You know what I mean?
How it's all like twisted too.
Yeah. You could see there's some decay on him. You know, there's something wrong with Jason here. You know what I mean? So now we have the zombie Jason and just in full fucking motion here. And I really dig that look of Jason. Now, Jason, would you like to talk a little bit about Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood?
Yeah, this one, it's a quick rundown. Is the main character is Tina. And she's going through trying to get over her father's death. But the cool thing is she has psychic powers.
Yeah, and where we go from here now is she's hoping to wish her dad back after seeing him killed. And she gets the wrong person. You know what I mean? Basically, she gets the wrong guy here. And Jason Voorhees shows up. And a point that you mentioned to me yesterday when we were discussing this, it is not known as Camp Forest Green anymore, or Lake Forest Green, or whatever the hell it was. It is now returned back to its rightful name of Camp Crystal Lake. You know what I mean? So here we are again at Crystal Lake, and Jason Voorhees is on the loose.
And I was telling you about this earlier. I got some questions. Because once again, these movies pick up right after the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So Part 7 supposedly takes place 7 years after Part 6. Now, as you know, Tommy had Jason trapped in the bottom of the lake. At what point didn't somebody go check, like to remove the body?
Yeah.
In Part 6, there was law enforcement people killed by Jason, multiple civilians. I'm sure the police showed up and Tommy said, "Hey, I got him trapped in the lake." Wouldn't they get him out of there?
I see your point.
Or at least put a fucking sign up that says "No swimming, psycho killer" at the bottom of the lake.
Swim at your own risk. Yeah. You know, but you're right. And it's like they kind of just brushed that little detail off. Like maybe there wasn't an investigation. Maybe when he told him "Hey, I have Jason at the bottom," like, okay, we fucking believe you.
Part 7, the little intro, like that guy talking. People forget he's still down there.
Hey, do you know who the hell that is? That's actor Walt Gorney, who played Crazy Ralph in the first two.
Oh, is that?
That's actually him doing the introduction, which I thought was totally cool. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's got a death curse. He even made that little reference. I'm like, oh, that is awesome. There's just a little nidbit trivia there.
Yeah, but Tina's trying to get help to get over her father's death. But her doctor is more concerned with her psychic powers. So he's trying to keep her stressed out all the time.
He's trying to cash in on this because he knows, hey, I can make a lot of money off of you. So her powers will work once her emotions are at their max. You know what I mean? Like she threw a fucking TV at him. And I don't know about you, but if somebody just within their mind threw a TV at me, I don't think pissing them off would be in my best interest. And he really didn't care about, getting her fired up a little bit there.
But and he's always recording too with these sessions. And I thought to myself, it'd be really funny. Like the one scene where he pissed her off and she made the matchbook move across the thing. I thought it'd be funny if he was standing in front of the camera the whole time and he didn't record. Son of a bitch, I missed it.
God damn it all. You know what I mean? He forgot to hit the record button.
Yeah, or something like
That'd be like us doing the review, talking for 15 minutes, realize, I forgot to push the button. I'm sorry. My bad.
I thought to myself watching that, I wonder if he forgot to turn it on or shit, I was standing in front of it and I missed it. No one's going to believe me now.
No. It's just going to be hearsay horse shit. But what stands out with this movie is there's a lot of really cool practical effects, and I know we've mentioned practical effects, several times. But even with Jason Voorhees here, we had the legendary sleeping bag kill, which anybody who has followed the franchise, now we will do our damnedest today to keep the spoilers to a minimum, but we do want to talk about a few scenes here. So the sleeping bag scene where the lady's in the sleeping bag and he drags her over to the tree and picks her up and just slams her against the tree. Matter of fact, a recent Scream magazine actually had like the top 10 best Jason Voorhees kills, and they picked that at number 1. But that's a totally awesome scene. Now, what did you like? What scenes stand out with you?
One scene that really stood out to me was the David kill. Just the setup of it. David has the munchies, so he comes down to get in the refrigerator. As he's walking in the kitchen, like lightning flashes, and you just see Jason standing in the corner.
Yeah. And another fact that you mentioned here, Jason Voorhees really has a distinct presence with him with the body language, and I can't agree more on this one. And this is showing Kane Hodder's performance.
Don't get me wrong, I dug all the other guys that played Jason.
Oh yeah.
But Hodder just brings like a new level to it. The breathing, just the little body language. I'll mention 2 of them. I think it was Maddie when she went in the barn, and you see Jason come in the barn. It's like he could see between the board. He does this little like that.
You over there? Is that you? I hear.
Then he just walks off.
Yeah.
And then like another one towards the end when he's fighting Tina and Nick. Like almost like a cat and mouse. He doesn't want him to get past him. He's going like this, and he just looks over and shuts the door.
I like that.
So they can't run out the door.
And he's like, "You're fucking trapped now." You know what I mean? And I did like that. I mean, just that whole fight at the end of the movie. And like I said, I'm going to keep the spoilers to a minimum here, But I mean, I definitely dug that. And there were some really cool effects in this movie, for sure.
For sure. This, to me, my opinion, this is the face reveal of Jason is the best makeup work.
I agree. That was really awesome, and I totally dug that. And there was another really cool death scene in this movie, and referring to Tina's doctor, Dr. Cruz, Mr. Moneybags. Jason ends up getting him with some weird implement of destruction here. It looked like a weed eater with a miter saw blade or something attached to it. And it's like, where in the hell did he get this?
I thought the same thing.
But here's another fact here, or well, not really a fact, just kind of like my own outlook on this, rewatching this after all these years. And it's like, where the hell's Jason Voorhees getting all these weapons from? He was trapped at the bottom of a fucking lake for years. How is he getting a weed eater with a saw blade attached to it? Where is he getting this? And I understand where he stumbled into the machete. That was explained earlier in the movie. But even just some of the other weapons that he used, where the hell did he get all this? You know what I mean? Does somebody have a shed open, and they just didn't tell us? I don't know.
It still mind boggles me. People still want to come to this goddamn place.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like you think, well, wait a minute, a lot of bad shit happened there. Let's go somewhere else instead. You know what I mean? We can find a better place to spend a weekend, The
place Tina's at must have been her family getaway house on the lake.
Yeah, it was either a getaway house or they actually maybe just resided there and just kind of lived there.
And then there's like a house right next door that people rented for a birthday party. I think I could find a better place to have a birthday party than a place where dozens of people were fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, I understand that, where you're coming from on that one. But I do think this is a cool movie, and I would say check this one out for sure. What about you?
Oh, I would too. This is the fact that you get to see Kane Hodder, his take on Jason Voorhees.
Absolutely.
And the practical effects are great on Jason. You mentioned you see the spinal cord. And, I guess that'll happen to you. You spend 70 years at the bottom of a lake.
Yeah, every fish just taking a bite out of you, whatever else. Just, your body's just going to decompose, you know what I mean? But he's moving around pretty good for a guy who's been trapped at the bottom of a lake. But that's Jason Voorhees, you know what I mean?
The only thing that gets kind of old for me is I get real sick of the random people camping in the woods. I like this plot they try to do with it. I wish that Dr. Cruz would have brought like a whole team in to investigate Tina, and that was the whole premises of the movie, and having like his team getting picked off one by one.
That'd be a different concept.
I think that'd be pretty different. Like I said, I mean, this movie's cool, but the whole random camper in the woods is to me, it's getting kind of old.
Well, things are going to change in the next review. We'll leave it at that. But now, in regards, final thoughts here. Do you have anything else you'd like to add about Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood?
This I think it's definitely one to check out. I mean, some people hate this one. It's weird. All the ones I really like, no one else does. Like, I enjoyed Part 6. I enjoyed Part 7. I mean, it's not top tier, but it's definitely cool to check out to see Kane Hodder.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't stress the practical effects enough. The makeup on Jason is awesome.
Okay, so you mentioned that you enjoyed Part 6 and 7. So, since we've been going through these reviews, what is your favorite Friday the 13th movie? Is it Part 6?
Mine's Part 6.
Okay, great. So we have one that's your favorite. Do you name one that you feel is underrated?
So we watched so far. Honestly, I think that this one might be underrated.
Okay. I won't disagree with that. My favorites are Part 2 and Part 4, but when it comes to one that I feel is underrated, I'm going to go with the original. You know, and when we rewatched that and did that for these reviews, I'm like, wow, I forgot how awesome this movie really is. And it's not one that I often go back and rewatch. I'm watching one of the later sequels, and I'm like, wow, the original is really fucking underrated. You know what I mean? So, but we have one more to do after this, and let's see how we feel about it when we rewatch this. But in the meantime, be sure to subscribe to Metal and Monster Reviews. I'm Joey.
I'm Jason.
And this is Metal
Monster
Review.